When this diver strikes a sunken shrine, something surprising appears out of the blue. Jumping into open water is always a different experience for a scuba diver. The vast ocean will always have something new and surprising in store. Diving into the unknown. One particular scuba diver took the same dive in Japan's Tateyama Bay for 25 years. He was now 79 years old and enjoyed this area so much that it became his favorite spot. When he reached an algae-covered frame, deep in the depths of the blue, he pulled out a hammer and began banging on the shrine. The noise echoed through the water, creating a piercing signal that a strange undersea creature knew well, a creature who had been answering it for 25 years. Hiroyuki Arakawa of Tateyama, Japan, went scuba diving for the first time at 18, and he loved it so much that by the time he was 79 years old, he was showing no signs of stopping. "Being in the water, you can be so isolated," he said. "It's your own world. I like being in the deep water." Fortunately for Arakawa, his role as caretaker of a sunken religious shrine led him to dive to depths of 50 feet or more regularly. But on one of his dives about 25 years ago, he found something aside from the structure in need of his attention. Hiroyuki Arakawa has been entrusted to oversee one of the Shinto religion's shrines called Torii, which is located beneath the surface of Japan's Tateyama Bay. Over the decades, he became familiar with the marine life. The gentleman dove to the same spot daily when he discovered the most incredible thing he had ever seen. This was like nothing he had ever witnessed before, and he could not believe his eyes. He noticed out of the corner of his eye something so unfamiliar, something huge, something scary coming his way. He took a deep breath and tried to remain calm. As it got closer towards him, he stared in pure amazement. A huge Asian sheepshead wrasse fish was having a stare-off with the elderly diver. It was incredible. From that day on, they became friends, and he would go visit her in the exact same spot, hit the shrine, and she would come to say hello. Yet one day it was very different. One day, she was by the shrine's gate, exhausted, Arakawa recalled. He soon realized why the fish could barely muster up her strength. She couldn't catch her own food, he said. With this problem as motivation, he came up with a way to help her. For 10 days, Arakawa dove into Tateyama Bay to bring 5 crabs for the fish to eat. He couldn't let anything happen to her. It seemed that it was just what she needed to regain her health. He named the thriving fish Yuriko, and he continued to visit her from then on out. They became great friends. Arakawa even had his own way to contact Yuriko when he was visiting the shrine. To achieve this, he brought a hammer with him into the water and used it to tap the side of the structure, creating a sound that the fish recognized. After about a half minute, a fish larger and stranger looking than the rest appeared. It was Yuriko, and Arakawa immediately extended his hand to pet the fish on her head. The fish responded. Arakawa explained more about the anatomy of the kabude fish, as Yuriko's species is called in Japan. He said that they had earned their name because kobu meant bump in Japanese. To him though, the kabude's face was noteworthy for a different reason. He told great big story, if you look closely, from the front, they look like they have a human face. And it seemed to him, if you looked at a fish's face with greater attention, it could even look familiar. "You'll think it looks like someone you know," Arakawa said. Arakawa believed that Yuriko recognized his human face too. Recent scientific research could corroborate his theory too. A 2016 study revealed that at least one type of fish could remember faces it had previously seen. University of Oxford researcher, Dr. Kate Newport, spoke out about the results of the study. Fish have a simpler brain than humans and entirely lack the section of the brain that humans use for recognizing faces. Despite this, many fish demonstrate impressive visual behaviors. Scientists presented the fish with 2 images of human faces and trained them to choose one by spitting their jets at that picture, Dr. Kate Newport from Oxford University explained further. As for Arakawa and Yuriko, the scuba diver believed that their relationship, and countless warm reunions, ignited for one big reason: food. "I think anyone can get an animal's attention by feeding them," he told Great Big Story. But Arakawa admitted that their bond wasn't instantaneously forged with food, it took more than that. The scuba diver, who petted and sometimes even kissed Yuriko on her head, said, "To touch or interact with animals is harder to accomplish." Whatever the truth of that, he couldn't say with certainty whether Yuriko's species had anything to do with their unique bond either. I'm not sure if it's in the nature of the Kabude or not, he said. But he did venture a guess that their bond came from the sense of trust between them. He made it his mission to protect her against poachers and hunters. They've had more than 2 decades to build their rapport, but it was the beginning that solidified their relationship. Arakawa said, I guess she knows that I saved her, that I helped her when she was badly injured. And for the 79-year-old, that meant more than anything else. For me to be able to save her, I am proud, he said. I have an amazing sense of accomplishment in my heart, he added. As he did so, the smallest hint of a smile crept across his face. Arakawa and Yoriko's friendship has very much resonated with viewers across the internet. More than 2 million people have watched the YouTube video in which he smooched the fish on her forehead. His interview with Great Big World garnered more than 350,000 views. For many who have discovered this story, the relationship between man and fish has certainly warmed their hearts, it did ours. This is a beautiful story showing love and respect, one Facebook user commented. Another viewer on YouTube couldn't help but note the seemingly endless wonder of the planet at large, writing, Mother Nature once again proves to be amazing. I guess she knows that I saved her and that I helped her when she was badly injured. More than 2 decades since her early health problems, it appears that Yoriko is in good health. There is little information on the Asian sheepshead wrasses' life expectancy. But it's known that they can reach up to 3.2 feet long. Hiroyuki pays Yoriko regular visits as he looks after an underwater religious shrine in Japan's Tateyama Bay. Reflecting on his long-running marine friendship, Hiroyuki concluded, I have an amazing sense of accomplishment in my heart. If only more people took care of the ocean's creatures, the world would be a better place. We are in awe of this story and what an amazing man he is. We hope he keeps diving daily and that his friend lives for a while longer.